seamless integration of cutting-edge technology. Experience the future of connectivity, effortless and intuitive, making content creation effortless. Unlock the transformative potential with Zazmic. With a global force of 450 experts across 50-plus countries, we excel in DevOps, AI ML, migrations and cloud infrastructure. Top-notch certifications back our suite of services led by Google Cloud Premier Partnership. Revolutionize your business today with Zazmic.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sean Wilkerson with Zazmic. With me today is JJ. He's our principal advisor of our data and analytics practice. We help enterprises modernize data and analytics platforms to unlock business value with AI. JJ brings deep experience in operationalizing analytics so teams just don't view their metrics, they can act on them. In part one, we showed how Agentic AI reconciles top-down data targets with bottom-up pipeline forecasts so that leaders can trust the numbers that they're committed to. Today, we're zooming in on the pipeline itself, where deals slow down, why they stall, and how AI agents surface those bottlenecks proactively. Please know that if you have a question, there's a question and answer link at the bottom of the screen. Please submit your question and we will promptly reply. For those who missed the first session, here's a quick intro about Zazmic. Zazmic is a Google Cloud Premier partner serving over 500 customers with 400 plus global engineering teams that cover AI research, data science, and solution architecture. We're operating in multiple languages and across pretty much every time zone in the globe. The diversity of talent and perspective is what enables us to do what we're going to be showing you today. Transform real complex business data into insights that are interpretable, actionable, and proactive. We use best-in-class Google technologies like BigQuery and Vertex AI to power intelligent agents that run raw data into proactive decisions. Today, we'll show you this in sales analytics, but the same approach scales to marketing, finance, operations, anywhere decisions depend on data. JJ, can you remind everybody what this webinar series is about?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Sean, for that intro. This series shows how AI Agentic Analytics help organizations capture domain-specific knowledge needed for doing analytics in their organization. In this series, we are focusing on sales analytics use case. We are covering 3 topics. Last week, we covered forecast accuracy and reconciliation. Today, we are discussing sales pipeline bottleneck detection and measuring sales rep performance. And next week, we're going to talk about engagement effectiveness of various communication channels. By the end, you will see how AI agents help you skip usual analytics pains like extra data prep, coding, and manual steps, and get to insights faster so you can make decisions and iterate faster, much faster than before.
So today, we're going to talk about sales pipeline bottleneck detection. JJ, what will the people learn in this session?
Great question, Sean. Today, it's very simple. You'll see how AI analyzes sales pipeline stage progressions, time and stage for each stages, and rep differences when you have a group of reps to pinpoint frictions in your sales pipeline. In that process, we will also discuss about a few common business metrics used for this type of analysis. Before we start, let me give you a quick refresher on the architecture and the data model that we've discussed last week. So this is the high-level architecture. We have our CRM data like HubSpot or your Salesforce data flowing into BigQuery, where we keep business logic and do transformations to structure the data so that it is ready for analytics or agentic analytics. Then we have our agent that sits on top of it. Agent has got its own memory to hold business context or your custom business metrics and relationship between your data entities. The agent runs analysis on your data using the memory or the business context information in the memory, and with the help of powerful foundational model that Google is offering with Gemini. Let me show you the data model for today's demo. For today, we use three tables from this: opportunities, sales reps, and stages. Last week, we also had quota to do top-down target analysis. But today, we're just going to focus on the opportunities, pipeline, and sales rep and stage dimensions. That's enough to see how your sales pipeline flow is performing. Let's see the list of business metrics for today's demo. So these are the four metrics that we're going to focus today. Days in stage, which is a number of days a deal sits in each stage of the sales pipeline. Longer times points to friction and where we should focus for process improvements. The next metrics is deal velocity, which is the average time for the first stage of a deal to the last stage, which is either close won or closed lost. How long does the deal take to move from that first touch point to the last touch point? Faster velocity means a smoother process and better execution. And then we focus on win rate, which is the share of closed deals that are won, and loss rate, which is the share of closed deals that are lost. Paired with win rate and loss rate, it shows if we have a more positive outcome or negative outcomes in the end of your pipeline. Together, these metrics give us a clear view of where the deal slows, what stage is performing really well, what cohort of sales reps are performing really well. So let's dive in. Let's go to the demo now. Okay, let's start the demo. The purpose of this demo is to use the CRM sales pipeline data and sales analytics use case as an example to show you how we can use AI agents to store custom business context information that's needed for analytics, and then have the AI agents use those contexts to do ad hoc analysis very easily. This is quite different from the traditional way of doing analytics, where you write code or write Excel calculations to process the data or add business logic to the data, and then use tools to create visualizations to communicate the insights. It was a lot of manual work. So let us see how we can make it easier with AI agents. You can see the agent already has the information and logic about various metrics needed for this analysis. We saw these metrics in the previous slides. We can use agents to identify and create these metrics from the raw business data. That's how I came up with this list of metrics. But today I'm not going to get into the ways of creating business metrics and store it in the agent memory, but know that we can use AI agents to create it for you. Now here we have them in the agent's memory already. So let's do some analysis to see how I can identify groups of sales reps based on their performance using data in the sales CRM database. I'm going to ask my agent to show me the number of sales reps in each four performance quadrant using deal velocity and win rate as a metrics. And you can see the definition of deal velocity and win rate metrics in the table above. And I'm also going to tell my agent the criteria for the quadrants. So I'm going to create four quadrants based on the deal velocity and the win rate. Obviously, the high velocity, high win rate sales reps will be at the top quadrant, and then the low velocity, low win rate will be the bottom performers in the bottom quadrant, and the other two quadrants fall in between. Let's run this and see what the agent is going to come up with. All right, we have the results now. This is interesting. We have 19 top performing sales reps and 19 low performers. I did not expect that. I did not curate the data for this. Now let's see the names of the top performers. There you go. These are your top performing sales reps. Now let me move on to the next analysis, and I want to see how efficient is various stages of the sales process in the organization and identify which stage should we improve. I'm going to ask the agent to identify the stage in sales pipeline which is causing most delay. And then I'm going to ask the agent to give me the min, max, average, median, standard deviation, and 90th percentage of days in stage metric. And I also want agent to create a bar chart for the same. Okay, we have the results. So you can see the proposal stage has by far the longest average, median, 90th percentile in terms of number of days, indicating that the proposal stage is in fact the primary bottleneck for the deal velocity. Now I want to see if my top performing sales rep group and the group of sales rep with high velocity and low win rate, the second category, if these numbers are going to look different for those two group of people. Okay. You can see that proposal stage is still the longest for both those groups. But you can see that high velocity, low win group has got slightly lower median days and 90th percentile days for the proposal stage. Maybe there is something there, right? Maybe the top performers with high velocity and high win rate is spending a little bit more extra time on the proposal stage, which is helping them to get that extra win rate compared to the second group. So maybe there's something there that needs to be investigated. But now you can see how I can keep asking such questions and be in a flow state of data analysis to identify patterns that help me take a decision on the next steps for my business without worrying about the data structure or format or coding syntax or learning Excel formulas. That's the power of using AI agents for analytics. You do the strategic thinking, questioning, and validating hypotheses, and delegate the work of data analysis, writing code, and applying business logic to your AI agent. That's the end of the demo. Let's go back to the slides. Back to you, Sean.
Thanks, JJ. That was fantastic. Now, let me tell you how Zazmic can help your organization to transform business analytics from traditional tools to modern AI agents. Zazmic's role is to help organizations take the first step towards the future responsibly. We begin by ensuring data readiness, then advance to building contextual models, and introduce AI agents to operate safely within your analytics environment. The goal isn't to replace your team, but to empower them to be more proactive with AI. Now, here's a quick preview of what we're going to talk about in the next session. Next time, we're going to look at engagement effectiveness. Which touch points actually move deals for whom? We'll shift from activity volume to activity impact. And for those who want to see this applied in your own data, Zazmic is offering a complimentary AI analytics workshop. We'll review your current data landscape and show where AI agents can deliver an immediate impact. The AI Analytics Workshop, which is again Google funded, is specifically designed for companies like yours to quickly lay out the technical groundwork and outline solutions for any current or upcoming AI analytics projects. We can also explore additional Google funded mechanisms to support your development. This workshop is the fastest, low-risk way to move from conversation to strategy. I'll be reaching out to each one of you individually to set up time to talk about your specific use cases. We'll also go over the Google workshop, the workshop process, and start the qualification phase together. Again, folks, this is the most important piece of this whole process. Today you learned about this topic in a very broad sense. We want to narrow that down to your specific use case. So I'm going to reach out to you to set up time, and we'll see where the conversation takes us, and we'll start working towards a solution.
Thank you for joining us today. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, and ideas how this could fit into your business. And thanks, Sean, for partnering with me on this. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on the next session.